If you think you know ClickUp Forms, think again. The platform has undergone a massive transformation in 2025, and most tutorials out there are showing you outdated features. Today, I'm going to reveal the game-changing updates that are making forms 10 times more powerful. From signature blocks that close deals instantly, to conditional logic that reads your customers' minds, to form hidden questions that can automate your lead qualification process and more. By the end of this video, you'll master ClickUp Forms' most powerful features that most people don't even know exist. You'll know how to build smart, professional forms that adapt to user responses, collect digital signatures, and automatically organize data exactly how you need it. Whether you're collecting job applications, customer feedback, support tickets, or any other information, you'll have a system that works seamlessly and saves you hours every week. Let's dive in and build something amazing. First, launch ClickUp Forms from your view or create it on your side nav. Then add a name and a description. The description is a rich text editor, meaning you can customize design. We gave it a name and description. Then you can add a cover. You can remove ClickUp branding. You can go to settings and remove ClickUp branding. You can also upload your own logo. Then, this is a new thing. You can see information blocks. So you can now create different segments within the form. I'm going to show how it works. Information block is basically a text block with a rich text editor. You can change the text to H1, H2, and other formatting. You can make it a banner or whatever you want. Let's convert it as a banner. Now it looks much better. Let's create a lead generation form. We will add an information block as personal information. Let's add some questions under this. Now, if you have any custom fields in the list, these are going to be shown on the form. But if you don't have any custom fields already created, these are not going to be seen on the form while creating questions. You can either create custom fields within the form itself, or you can create on the list. Let's show both ways. Let's say you want an email field. We already have an email field in another space, and I just added this to this workspace. Now the email field is here. If I go to the form, I can just click here or search by email. I can see the field in this location. I will just add it as a question, and I change the name to "What's your email ID?" Remember, this is the label or question on the form, and this is the custom field name. Even if you change the question or label, the field name doesn't change. So the field name is email, and our question will show as "What's your email ID?" Let's create one custom field from the form. Task properties are basically a task's default fields. Our form's task name will be the name of the lead, and the question of the form will be, "What's your name?" Let's add a drop-down field and see how it works. We want to know the role of the, let's say, sales or marketing. On the form, I want to add that role field. If I go to single select, you can see role is already there. I can just click it and it gets added. That's how you create a custom field from form. If it's already on the list level, you can just look for it on the form and add it, or you can also search with field name and it appears. It works both ways. Let's add label or question such as "What's your role?" We can add more information blocks. For example, we can create a company info block. Let's make it H1 and then turn it to banner style. Good. Now for company info, we can add a short text field for company name and question as "What's your company name?" This field is not visible in the list by default. We will search for company name. You can see it's here. We will just turn it on, and the company name custom field is added to the list column. That's the basics of form creation. Now this form field is a new feature. Signature. Let's add a signature block. Signature is the custom field name, and I will add sign here as a form question. This is how you create a custom field. Add questions to the form and add form fields to the list. You create custom fields either from the list first or from the form itself. If you create on the form, you have to add it manually to the list and vice versa. If you click preview, you will see how the form actually looks. Also, you can go to the browser and see it live. This is how it shows on the browser. You can copy the form's public link. You can set the link to never expire, but you have to upgrade to a higher plan for that. You can index it on search engines. So if someone searches with a keyword, the form shows up. You can also use the embed code to use in websites or other places. I'm now going to show you the settings part. You can assign someone when the form is submitted. That means every time there's a form filled out, a task is created on the list and someone is going to be assigned. You can apply templates. Every time a form is submitted, a task template is applied. You can also set a redirection link. I will add a redirect link. Submit is the default submission button name. You can change the button name if you want. I suggest turning this button on because if you turn this on, the responses are going to be saved in the task description with full questions. This is very helpful to see all the questions and responses in one place. If you don't turn it on from settings, you can do that manually. You have to click this icon to add any custom field answers to the task description. You can enable CAPTCHA if you want to prevent spam on public forms. Enable this to hide ClickUp branding. You can change form layout. One column means all the questions are one after another. Two columns mean if fields are smaller, they show side by side. You can change form color. Right now it's white background. You can choose either light color or dark color. You have different color options here. If you preview, this is how it looks. If I change to a dark color, that's how it looks. If I change the button color and refresh it on the browser, that's how it's going to look like. This is the darker version. That's how you change the layout options. Now let's submit a form and see how it looks. Let's choose sales. Company information, company name, Camel Tech. Sign here, I can either type or draw, then submit. Now remember we added redirection, so it's going to take me to that website. If we go to the ClickUp list, you can see that a task is created. We don't need those default fields now, so let's hide them. So we got email, role, company name. And if I click here, I can see form questions with answers. What's your email? What's your role? What's your company name? And this is the signature. Maybe you can choose manually which fields you want to show on description and leave out the signature field. In the list view of a task, you just see the field names, but in the description, you can see full questions. What's your email? What's your role? You can see the questions in the form. Now, let's use hidden questions. Let's create one field, single select. Field name is source. Options are website, Indeed. Our form question or label is, where did you find this? We want this to be a hidden question. You can choose hide this from the form. If you do that, what will happen is the respondents are not going to see this question. You see it's not visible, but you can pre-fill that hidden question with URL customization. What I mean is, say you are going to post your job on a website like Indeed. So, two options, Indeed and website. Now you can paste one link URL on Indeed and one on the website. So even if the form doesn't show this field, once they submit the field, we get to know where this came from. For example, if I copy this or just go to the form by clicking here, you can see the URL. This is a custom URL. Where did you find us? And an option to add field data to the end. You have to type exact matching of the dropdown, for example, website. This is the final form link for your respondents filling from the website. If I fill these questions, sign, then submit. On the list, toggle the source field to show in the list if we have not done it before. Now, even if I haven't chosen website, you can see it shows website because I have put that data in the URL. The same applies to Indeed. If you want to post a job on Indeed, if you type Indeed in the URL, that becomes another unique link for tracking responses from that source. Every time someone fills out the form using that URL, the source will show as Indeed. That's how hidden questions work. Some use cases. If you have clients, every time you send the same form to that client, you don't need them to fill their name or email or company name every time. Use hidden questions, pre-fill client data on the URL, and send that URL to the client. Then the client doesn't need to fill up those hidden questions like name, email, company name, but you still get the information on your custom field with those hidden questions. For two or more hidden questions, say this is hidden. This one is also hidden. Let's see how the URL looks. If you copy or just go to the URL, you can see we have two placeholders for two questions. What's your role? I will say sales, and this is website. Now, if I fill up the form, I don't have fields for sales and website showing. I'll copy this and open it new browser. Once I fill out the form, CAPTCHA is asking me to prove I'm not a robot. I think I'm on my third traffic light. Then I hit submit. If I go to the list, you can see sales and website fields are populated. So even though I didn't fill out those questions directly, I still got the information. That's how we use the hidden question feature in the form. Now let's go to conditional logic. First, unhide the question, "Where did you find us?" and toggle on the conditional logic option. Now if website is selected, an additional question will appear asking them to add the website link. I'll make it required. So what will happen is, if I go here, you see add website link is not visible, but if I choose website, it shows add website link. So this is the conditional logic. With conditional logic, you can create very complex and useful forms. For example, if you're creating a lead generation form, based on which product they choose, you can show different pricing options or demo requests. For sales inquiries, if they choose enterprise solutions, you can ask for company size and budget information. For event registration, if they select in-person attendance, you can show meal preferences. You have already seen how this signature works. Add it to the form and also add this field to the list. Then change the question name if needed. I will just say signature. It's done. You can know who has signed and who hasn't signed, and it's pretty helpful for creating contract papers and stuff. We already have covered how the settings work. Also, the preview of form. That's all about the latest changes and power usage of the ClickUp form. If you have any questions, our comment section is open and we read all comments. Let us know which topic you want us to cover next. And subscribe for the next contents. See you!